Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
Excuse me. What's going on, guys? And happy Labor Day to all of you. This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I'm hoping to be caught up with the wrestling content by the time Raw starts tonight. We will be doing this video and another video pre-recorded, and then my Payback review will be live. Hopefully, again, I'll get all those done before Raw tonight. That way I will be caught up, and we'll go from there. This is the Club of the Man 1993. This is my review of last Friday's episode of SmackDown. It took place again last Friday, September 1st, 2023. We are in September, my personal favorite month of the year, because that month is my birthday month. Of course, I cannot be forgotten. This month turned a big 3-0. My 20s come to an end. They've ended on a very high note. So hopefully 30 will start out excellent. Hopefully bigger things will come than 30. 29 has been a great year, so hopefully 30 is even better. Might be hard to top, but maybe even better. But anyways, this is my review of SmackDown again. It took place September 1st, 2023 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I still gotta go back to Hershey sometime and go to the park. Haven't been to Hershey Park since I was 8 years old. There's a lot more rides I probably would ride now if I would go back. But maybe next summer. We'll wait and see. As far as this go-home episode of Payback, it was solid. We had a return of John Cena. Which, of course, it was announced that John Cena was going to be the host of this past Saturday's pay-per-view WWE Payback, which took place right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I was there live with my wife and my good friend, Daniel Gaza. And then, of course, we also had Jimmy Uso kind of make his first appearance since Jay Uso walked out, not just out of the bloodline, not just out of SmackDown, he walked out of WWE. Usos Deuces. Of course, we'll talk about him in the Payback review. Everything else was fine. Nothing I really hated, but it didn't light the world on fire that much for me. There's a couple things I think it did tease that I am interested to see where it goes. We also got a little more word from a new stable, which is with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Still don't know if they're supposed to be faces or heels, because they still acknowledge the audience. They still act like they're supposed to be loved. But then they also act like they're supposed to be hated. So I'm still saying tweener for now, for those guys. And then we finally did have a match. Gave someone a nice rub. But I was still like, who knows? So, some stuff on this show that's more of like a let's wait and see, of course. As, you know, Payback is in the rearview mirror. Well, this episode was the go-home show. But it could have set up some stuff for the future, for like Fastlane or Crown Jewel or even Survivor Series. Well, Survivor Series is going to be probably Raw versus SmackDown again. Ugh. They couldn't keep it War Games, but who knows? Anyways, though, let's talk about SmackDown, man. So we open up the show, of course, with the return of Mr. And there are rumors going around that John Cena could be back for a couple months because of the writer's strike in Hollywood, apparently. He's not really that busy right now. So if that's the case, he could be around for a few months. And there's a lot of rumors swirling. People kind of want to see him have a match with Cody Rhodes, which I wouldn't be opposed. Although at Payback, even though he was given respect at the end, they did kind of tease a match with him and a certain somebody else. Yeah, that is right, they did. But I will save that for the Payback review. But anyhow, so John comes out, welcomes us to the show like usual, and then he says he has many memories in the ring and never gets old. It always gets better. And now he has the opportunity to travel to India for the first time in his career, and he just found out also that he's going to be the host of Payback. And he's given his word that he'll do his very best to give back to us. And that starts right here, right now, with SmackDown tonight. Then we hear a new song that I didn't recognize, and it was Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso has his new theme already. Although the one graphic on the screen did kind of, they goofed that up. There was Jimmy with 3 M's, which was a little bit weird. But anyways, Jimmy came out. And the crowd's chanting, the crowd starts chanting, and Cena says the crowd is chanting for your brother Jay. Jimmy's like, John, what are you doing here? What did people pay to see you? People paid to see me, Jimmy Uso, a top star. And again, he explained again that people want to know why, Jim, why? He did it to save his brother. Again. And he did it out of love. He didn't want Jay to become Roman Reigns. Or another John Cena. Referring to how, they're like the poster boys. Cena admits he has a certain style. But Jimmy continues saying that, John, you're just like Roman. You both take, and take. But Cena takes it with a smile. John, Cena takes it with a smile. Roman doesn't. Basically implying that, they're both getting handed everything. They're the poster boys. And, except John takes it with a smile. Basically implying that Cena always stayed face. Roman at least finally turned heel to become the guy. But anyways, Cena then basically says, I want to tell you something for 3 years now. The wrong Uso quit, which got a pop from the crowd, and then Jimmy goes to take him out, but then Cena blocks a super kick and hits the AA on him. I thought his hat was going to fall off, but it didn't. But that set that up there. Then we have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller backstage getting interviewed, just cracking up about John Cena hosting Payback because Austin Theory already beat him, and once again, he really has suffered since. Grayson also has a more anticipated segment at Payback with his Grayson Waller effect interview with Cody Rhodes. And Austin says they're the best tag team of all time, and they're going to beat the LWO. Grayson Waller hadn't won a single match yet leading into that. And of course, they had their match. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller took on Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Again, the match is fine. Guys are good in the ring. You keep thinking this is building towards the eventual heel turn of Santos Escobar, as this was Escobar's first wrestling match since he was kayfabe knee injured. Of course, though, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller did take advantage of that, and they actually won when Grayson Waller hit the Rolling Thunder Stunner on Santos Escobar to get the victory. Which, of course, even though it's a tag team match, that is Grayson Waller's first victory on the main roster. Woo. Oh yeah, and then backstage, earlier before, Jimmy Uso was yelling at people telling him to say his name. Mia Yim, though, was with Adam Pearce chatting. Jimmy Uso rolls up, and he basically talked trash to Mia Yim. And he also talked trash to Adam Pearce. And the rest of the OC took exception to that. Because because AJ Styles wanted to stand up to Jimmy, but then when that happened, Sikoa attacked AJ. Solo tells Jimmy that he's not out of the bloodline until they say he's out of the bloodline. And Jimmy says, "You can't tell me anything," and he leaves. Of course, that's not the last time we had seen Jimmy, though. AJ Styles, though, was interviewed after the commercial. It says he wants Solo. He wants to knock his teeth down his throat and give him some of his own medicine. And then AJ basically got the match official. It was going to be him and Solo Sikoa in the main event. I think that was a first-time match as far as I know. I'm pretty sure it was. But anyways, we then had Bobby Lashley come out on the mic. Everywhere he goes, people are asking him what is going on with him and the Street Profits. So, to give us a straight, simple answer, real recognizes real, and great recognizes great. And that's why he recognizes the Street Profits, which out they come in their suits and whatnot. Bobby says they're athletic, charismatic, and now they're more aggressive than ever. Montez Ford thanks him for everything he's done for them, and it's been a long time since they had this much success. And Dawkins tells Lashley helped them step over what was into what is. And they are coming for power, control, and championships. I sure hope that happens for them. They're going to be a very great group. Don't screw them up like you're the Hurt Business, WWE. I mean that. Of course, while they were exiting, out came the tag champions. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had a stare down with them, maybe teasing the match. We'll have to wait and see. But they basically defeated LWO's Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde in just a few seconds. Just to give them a very quick rub, I guess, just give them having a little stare down with the Street Profits. But afterwards, Sami Zayn calls out the Judgment Day and says, tomorrow ain't going to be fun or pretty. Tomorrow, they will be in the fight for their life. And oh boy, if I give a little sneak peek for my payback review, it was a fight. It was an awesome... Again, say what you want. I did crap on the Judgment Day in my preview, but credit where credit's due. We'll get to that payback match later on. That was quite a match. It was a spectacular match, and I cannot wait to talk about it. We then have The Miz come out and says how LA Knight's going to have the biggest match of his career tomorrow, and there's not an insult, it's just a fact. We saw how easy it was for him to be like LA Knight on Raw, and he's not half the star Miz even was 10 years ago. Which brings out Mr. LA Knight. And he says, let me talk to you. He lists off the Miz little cosplay moments, like when he did cosplays of The Rock. He did a John Cena. And now he's done LA Knight. What do they have in common? Aside the fact from Miz not being able to fill their clothes out, the skinny little turd, Miz wants to be them, but he can't be them. Miz mentions once again, he goes, it's easy being LA Knight. He brought himself out of the sewer to be in this ring. He's cashed his checks at the payday loan place, and Miz wouldn't last a day in his boots. Miz is right that they're not on the same level, but he's the higher one. Miz says LA Knight failed where he succeeded, and he recounts LA's failed reality show careers as proof. Knight says he's going to leave him broken and battered and leaving his wife bereft, but he can fix that with one phone call. And Miz says he crushes dreams like Knight's all the time. And when he loses his popularity and his job, he'll go back to his roach-infesting apartment just like it was 2003. But then Knight says one thing Miz said that was correct is he doesn't know how to quit. And tells him to get in his time machine because at Payback tomorrow, he'll stomp him out and prove this is his game. And then they fight, but unfortunately, thanks to a throat thrust, Miz is able to get the upper hand by hitting the skull-crushing finale on LA Knight. Yeah! Miz then tells him that his future, that this is his future, and he leaves. But then, of course, as he's leaving, LA Knight gets up and runs down the ramp and attacks him, and the referees break them up. which again was an excellent promo, again, excellent build, and they had a great match tomorrow. The following day on I can't talk now. They had a great match the following day on Payback. So I look forward to definitely talking about that match as well when we get to it. We had Bayley and Shotzi Blackheart. We finally got to this random thing because of Shotzi being the random horror Eduarda Scissorhands, whatever you want to call it, with trying to shave Bayley. I wonder why they didn't do a match for these two at Payback for something different. And like I said, I predicted in my match card, like, career versus hair. Because Shotzi can't do hair versus hair because she has no hair anymore. But the match was decent, I would say. I don't know, something felt a little bit off with it. And Charlotte randomly came out towards the end of the match and basically neutralizes damage control. And it was able to help Shotzi get a random win. And next week is going to be Charlotte and Shotzi versus damage control. I mean, again, nice rub for Shotzi, but I'm sitting just a little bit like a little strange. And then the main event was AJ Styles and Sikoa. Another good match. But towards the end of the match, we had Jimmy Uso return and trip up AJ Styles and helped Solo Sikoa to win. After the match, though, we had Jimmy get back in the ring and he hugged his brother. But Solo goes to spike him, and Heyman intervenes and Solo backs out. And then Jimmy spikes AJ with a super kick and squashed him before throwing the 1-up and staring Heyman and Solo down in the ring. So I know a lot of people are confused by this. Especially, I mean, I'm a little confused too. Because I would say, if the whole story is, because I keep thinking back to the episode of SmackDown when Jay turned on Roman. And it was revealed that Jimmy had a little bit of a problem when they advised that Jay was going to be the successor in being the right-hand man. So I thought, okay, maybe this is kind of like where, what was the word I'm looking for here? It's kind of like whenever, like, even though, like, he's taken, like, the worst, like, beating of his life, being stretchered out and whatnot, that even though he's trying to get the sympathy, underneath that sympathy, there's this, like, evil little smile where it's like, yeah, now that you're out of the way, now I can be the one to be the successor as the tribal chief. That's what I'm thinking would make the most sense. However, though, why did Jimmy reject Solo's offer of him saying that he's always going to be in the bloodline until they say so? And then that ending there too, I don't know. I was just a little confused by that. It's something, again, that still could work. Again, it's just some way also to stall until we get to WrestleMania, because I'm pretty sure they're wanting to wait and do Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania. If I'm being 100% honest. But we will see. I know some people also were not happy that AJ Styles won, which I kind of do agree. I mean, yes, he was protected in the loss, but again, he really hasn't won too many matches in the past, like, year or two. It was just me, but he really hasn't been winning. I kind of hope they were going to be teasing a match with him and Roman Reigns, which they still could, but if he lost this match here with Solo, they may not yet. But we'll have to wait and see. But that, guys, that's my review of SmackDown. Give it a B-. Solid. Stuff I liked. It wasn't the flashiest episode, but it was fine for what it was. What are your guys' thoughts on this episode of SmackDown? Leave your guys' thoughts down in the comments section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at the Club of the Man 93. Also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. And until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys all soon. Have a great rest of your day, and do not forget, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself.